The Laughing Halloween Pumpkin. Once upon a time, in the happy little village of Merrydale, every window glowed with candlelight, and the smell of cinnamon and pumpkins drifted through the air as everyone got ready for Halloween night. In Farmer Joe's big pumpkin garden, hundreds of pumpkins grew plump and round under the autumn sun. Every Halloween, they had the same dream: to be the scariest jack-o'-lantern in town. They practiced fierce faces. They tried scary grins. They even whispered "boo" to the passing crows just for practice. But one pumpkin was different. His name was Puff. Puff was the roundest, jolliest pumpkin you ever saw. His skin was bright like a sunset, and he couldn't stop laughing. He giggled when the wind tickled his vines and chuckled when raindrops rolled off his cheeks. He even laughed at his own reflection in a puddle. "Why are you always laughing, Puff?" the other pumpkins asked.
"Because everything looks funny when you smile,"
Puff said, shaking with giggles. One bright morning, Farmer Joe walked into the pumpkin patch with his shiny carving knife. He was round and cheerful, with a red nose and a big brown hat.
"All right, pumpkins,"
he said.
"it's Halloween carving day. Let's make you all look spooky."
"Yay!" cheered the pumpkins. They rattled their vines with excitement. But Puff called out,
"Farmer Joe, could you make me look cute and happy instead?"
The other pumpkins gasped. "Cute?" shouted Fang, a grumpy pumpkin with a twisty stem. "Halloween is for scaring people." Puff wiggled happily.
Can't be scary. Every time I try, I start laughing until my cheeks wobble."
Farmer Joe chuckled.
"We'll see what we can do, Puff."
He started carving, but Puff wiggled and laughed so much the knife made funny shapes instead of triangles and fangs.
"Hold still, you silly pumpkin,"
Farmer Joe said, trying not to laugh himself.
"I can't!"
Puff snorted.
"Your mustache looks like a squirrel wearing a hat."
Farmer Joe laughed so hard his hand slipped. Not enough to hurt Puff, but just enough to make one big silly grin and a winking eye.
"Well, look at you.
Farmer Joe said.
You're not scary at all. You're adorable."
"I know,"
said Puff proudly.
"It's my wink of wonder."
That evening, Farmer Joe placed all the carved pumpkins on his porch. The slip in Farmer Joe's carving was so funny and just a little magical that it gave Puff a face full of surprises. Sometimes his eye looked like a playful wink, and sometimes it shone wide open, bright with laughter. Fang looked fierce. Others looked wild or spooky. But Puff beamed with his giant smile and twinkling wink. When the moon rose, children dressed as cats, pirates, and fairies came running down the street. They gasped when they saw Puff. "Look at that happy pumpkin!" cried a little girl with pink fairy wings. A boy dressed as a ghost giggled. "He's not even scary. He's cute." The children gathered around, holding out their phones. Click, click, flash went the cameras. They made funny faces beside Puff, pretending to wink like him. Even the grown-ups stopped to laugh. A girl dressed as a black cat gave Puff a handful of shiny sweets. "You brighten this porch, happy pumpkin," she said. "Don't ever stop smiling." Puff's candle glowed brighter. "Thank you." Who knew smiling could be this much fun? Later that night, the wind blew hard through Merrydale. The scary pumpkin's candles went out one by one. "Blast!" groaned Fang. "My spooky glow is gone." But Puff kept shining. His warm light and happy grin brightened the porch. Even the stars seemed to twinkle back at him. Farmer Joe came out with a blanket on his shoulders and smiled.
Well, Puff,
He said softly.
you weren't scary, but you were the star of Halloween.
Puff's flame flickered gently.
Maybe laughter is the best kind of magic.
He whispered. And from that day on, everyone in Merrydale remembered the laughing pumpkin who made Halloween happy, bright, and full of giggles. He taught them that you don't have to be scary to shine. Sometimes, laughter is the brightest magic of all.